Man, sometimes I really do be wishing that I knew what I know now back then. But I just gotta say, shout out to my roommate for being one of the first people to put me on investing, man. So in today's video, I'm gonna talk about how I was able to save my first $1,000 with acorns. When I first came to college, probably about 4 to 5 years ago, I really didn't know anything about investing, but like I said, my roommate put me on to acorns, which is an auto investment app that throws your money into bond ETFs, different other kinds of ETFs, stocks, all that kind of good stuff. Also, you can set up a Roth IRA through there, which is like a 1% match, I think. And then also early invest into your kids. You can do a high yield emergency savings with like a 3.35% APY, which you want to try to shoot for 4. But if you're just starting off, I don't see the problem with doing it. But number one thing I did was first I saved what I could. I think when I first got here, I probably was making around $2,000 a month, which is really nothing, including apartment expenses, phone bills, all that kind of stuff. I was paying that shit on my own, gas, groceries, everything. So the only thing that really was saving me was that I did have scholarships, so I was getting a little bit more money with that, so I was able to pay my rent up months at a time. And honestly, I could have invested more, but like I said, I was in the matrix mindset. I was out partying every weekend, spending my money at clubs and just doing dumb shit. But what I did was I still had acorns running. It was pulling out. I think I had it set to like 2 times roundup, and it was maybe pulling out $5 every Monday into that account. And over time, it built up. And I think in about 6 months, I had probably around $500 in it. And I didn't even remember that I had it pulling the money out. But once I looked in there, I was like, damn, I forgot I had this, bro. So as I'm going through college, I keep my stuff the same. I don't change anything, just let it keep pulling out, even though I know that I'm spending more money and I could be saving more, but it is what it is. I did have somewhat of some discipline to be able to pay my bills up months in advance, which was very smart of me. But as I went through college and I, started growing on YouTube and I started making a little bit more money, that monthly increase jumped from $5 every Monday to around $10 every Monday, which in turn is, $40 a month, which 40 times 12. I'm terrible at math right now. I've been out of school for like almost 2 years now. That's 480 a year. So for around a year, I was putting that $10 every Monday into there. So that ended up being 480. So I think now we're probably close to like 13, 1200 ish. That's when I, broke that first thousand. I said, no matter what, I would not touch this money at all. So once I graduated college and then I got my real job with my big boy degree, of course, I was able to update that to like $16 a week, which is what I have it set to now. And it just pulls it out, which that comes out to being probably around $768 a year. I just did that calculation. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the main thing to do when you're using acorns is to just set something reasonable. Don't go above your means. If you make $1,000 a month and your overhead is $900, do not invest $100 a month into acorns because that is all your money, bro. You still gotta live. I mean, we still human and we make purchases that we don't really supposed to make all the time, but it's all good. It's a part of the process and the part of growth. But acorns is gonna give you that continuous structure, that consistency that you need in order to build that safety net that you need, and then you can use the money for a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to show y'all like the gain of being consistent, man. So it says right now, in about 30 years, I'll probably have around $500,000, which I'll only be 55, 56 years old. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one account. So you still got other accounts set up. You got the 401k, you got your Robinhood investments that you are constantly investing in. And I will say by retirement or before, who knows how this is going to play out, I will be a millionaire just from being consistent. So remember, just to be consistent, download Acorns, man. I'm telling y'all, bro, because Acorns was really a game changer for me. It really broadened my horizon, and as I saw that money going in there, I wanted to learn more, and that's when I was able to get into crypto.com, and I also downloaded Robinhood. But like I said, Acorns is one of them apps that's gonna create that consistency and automatic discipline for you because you won't even know it's pulling it out. I was still out of the club till 2 o'clock every morning, but still had money coming out of my account going straight to Acorns, and I never pulled it out because I honestly just forgot about it. Man, shout out to Jade and my roommate. I'm gonna shout him out by his name. Dude is the GOAT, bro. He taught me about meal prep in the gym, acorns, everything. And I think that if I wouldn't have came here and I was around the same people that I was around before I came to college, bro, it would have been raps. No cap. It would have been raps. Ain't no telling where I would be right now. But I thank God for every trial and tribulation I've been through, every curve, every, um obstacle I've been through because it just made me a stronger person and it molded me to be who I am today. Hey, listen, like I said, build that consistency, set a realistic plan, live below your means, bruh, and stop trying to keep up with everybody else because social media makes it seem like you're behind, but you're really not. The only person you should be in competition with is yourself. I'm out. Deuces.